I've got breaking news here in the tragic Idaho 4 student M cases. Bryan Kohberger wants to take it all back. What do I mean by that? I am so sick of this guy. I'm sure you are too. But nearly a year after pleading guilty to avoid the death penalty, no less, Kohberger has just conducted an explosive phone interview from prison with the New York Times, where he is formally launching a bid to withdraw his guilty plea and demanding a full trial. And he's declaring, quote, actual innocence is my truth. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Well, welcome to the Margaret McLean Show. I'm a former prosecutor and your courtroom translator. I'm here to break it all down for you. So, in a sudden twist, right, that has blindsided the victims' families, I feel so sorry for them in this situation. Kohberger filed a petition for post conviction relief on Monday in Idaho. Speaking from behind bars, he claims he was duped, cornered, and advised to lie by his own defense team. If you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you. So, according to his new court filings, Kohberger claims that the July 2025 guilty plea was the result of coercion, blatant disinformation, and false promises. He alleges that his former lawyers withheld evidence that would prove his innocence and grossly misrepresented what a life sentence would look like compared to death row. He must have been spending time in his prison library, and if he thinks this is getting anywhere, he's crazy. But let's actually break this down legally. Can he actually do this? Under Idaho law, reversing a guilty plea after a sentence has already been handed down is incredibly difficult. Because Kohberger was already sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms, Idaho Criminal Rule 33C dictates that a court will only set aside a conviction to correct what the law calls a manifest injustice. So, what does a manifest injustice means? Well, the legal burden of proof has now completely flipped. Kohberger is no longer presumed innocent, of course. He is a convicted felon who bears the entire burden of proving his constitutional rights were severely violated. So legally, and in my opinion, Kohberger faces a nearly impossible uphill battle. And why is that? Because during his change of plea hearing last year, as you will recall if you watched it, District Judge Stephen Hippler questioned Kohberger extensively under oath. And at that time, Kohberger explicitly stated that no outside promises or threats were made to force him into his plea. He affirmed he was entirely satisfied with his legal counsel and explicitly answered yes when the judge asked if he was pleading guilty because he was in fact guilty. So he answered yes. To win this new petition, he has to convince a judge that he lied under oath then and that he's telling the truth now. Again, nearly impossible. So by filing this civil petition, Kohberger is also, this is interesting, opening the door for prosecutors to put the death penalty right back on the table. Hey, you're not going to agree to this? We'll put that death penalty right back on. If his plea is successfully thrown out, hey, all bets are off here. So he is currently representing himself, of course, as he demands a new lawyer to take this to trial. Overall, my thoughts are with the victims' families here. I'm sure they don't want to ever hear from this monster again. So, what do you think? Is this a desperate legal stunt, or does Kohberger have a genuine case for a new trial? Drop your thoughts below. Please subscribe and stay tuned as we track this breaking development. And once again, thank you for watching The Margaret McLean Show. Good night.